Hey guys, I am doing budget one pot meals for the motorhome. It's really important for us that we eat healthily whilst we're on the road, and sometimes we're out for months on end and we can't always get fresh meat. We don't always have the money to be able to afford it. So this is my kind of cheat lentil bake. You've probably completely steamed up now, so I'll give that an opportunity to just demist. Yeah, we're back with these. Okay, so this is lentils, which I always cook with. So I am vegetarian, my partner very much a meat eater, so we kind of make alternatives. So some black lentils there and a tin of the green lentils, which you can get. They, of course, they don't go off like mince or something would. I then add to that a red wine stock cube, and there is an onion. I had some leftover peas, the carrot, into the sauce. I'm going to just start to season it. So I love a bit of garlic, and I have got some garlic paste here, but you can use another ingredient that I keep often is garlic powder. Just goes a little bit further. I do like a little bit of a smoky flavour, so I'm going to add in a little bit of paprika. You'll notice I don't measure anything. It's all done to taste, and maybe even a little bit of tomato puree. If you've got passata, or if you've got some, some tomatoes that are going over, make your own sauce. This should all be one pot. So if you don't have the ability to, use loads of pans, I love a little bit of this harissa paste. This just gives it a bit of a spicy flavour. My other half not so keen on the spice, so I don't put too much in, and I'm just going to stir all that in. Now you can do funky things, like you can saute the onions before you put them in. Again, it's another pan, it's another faff, I can't be bothered, so I just add everything in to one pot. One pot meals are really, really important to us when we're travelling. And then I just leave that. So if you don't have, like if we're not on electric hookup and we're using the gas stove, I would have this in a pan on a low heat. Obviously, I wouldn't be leaving the van, I would be doing it while I'm there. But it's the sort of thing you can then put into pots, put in the fridge and eat it over a few days, which means that you're free from cooking for those other few days. Just tried the sauce, and it's a little bit runny, so there is a couple of things you can do with that. You can evaporate off some of the water. You can add a thickening agent if you've got one. I like to add in more lentils, considering it's kind of a lentil shepherd's pie type thing that we're making. These are red lentils. These don't do well when they're soaked over a long period of time because they disintegrate. And what that does is it thickens up the sauce. So more lentils into the lentil bake. So there's green, brown, black lentils and red lentils in there now. And then again, I'm just going to leave that to steep for a little bit more time. We tend to eat quite early on, so I usually do this in the morning, get it going, and then we just come to it and serve it. So a bonus for today is I have just found these in the local store. They are veggie dumplings, so I'm going to make them up, and they are very simple to make. I'll just move this part out of the way and just grab myself a little bowl, and you just add water. Okay, so it's really simple, particularly when you're on the road. And with stuff like this, here you see I've got the box, but if it's out in the van, when we're on the road, I get rid of things like packaging, like boxes, yeah? It says on it that it's a dumpling mix, so I don't need to keep boxes which take up space, they add extra weight to our travelling. So I get rid of those and just take, and if it's not labelled, then label it yourself, you can do that. And if you're not sure that you would know how to make them, you can always cut off the back bit and stick that onto the packet, but you get rid of all this packaging. You've got to save space, okay? So we just mix it with some water. So I've just got some cold water here. And again, I'm not really too fussed about the measuring. I just put a little bit in. I have got a measuring jug here, but you might not have one, so just, it says 5 tablespoons. You just add a bit in, you know the consistency. So hopefully you can see this. I'm just mixing it in. And I've just got a breakfast bowl here. I don't have a mixing bowl, but you might do. Again, just depends what you've got in your van where you go. Just adding little bits at a time, remember, because you don't want them to be too wet and sticky. Making them nice and dry. That looks pretty good actually. Superb. So nice and dry in the mixture. No suet in these, no animal products whatsoever. And they taste as good. So there's absolutely no need to make animal ones, in my opinion. But you know, each to their own. I'm not here to preach and I'm not here to convert. I'm just here to show you what I do. All right, bringing in the lentil bake once more. Okay, this is obviously going to add some calories to it, but it depends again if you're interested in saving calories. And I just dollop, just a spoon. Don't make a shape. Not worried about making them look pretty. It's all about flavour. It's all about no faff. Just spoon them in. So I think it says it makes 12. I'm going to be probably looking at making 6. Space them out as best I can so they've got access to moisture obviously and heat to cook, and they've got room to grow because these will spread out. They will make big dumplings. If you have got one, you can always use a bit of a spatula to scrape off the last bits. I don't like anything to go to waste. You know, we are massively on a budget. We really do not have very much money at all, so we don't waste a thing. And again, with these, if you want to, you can add in ingredients. So, you know, you can make garlic ones. You can put some of the garlic powder in. Or you've got some, you know, onion salt or just salt and pepper, paprika. You can do what you like. You know, you can spice them up or you can just leave them plain. So again, we will pop that back in to cook. I'm just going to have a quick look, see how things are progressing. Those dumplings looking pretty good. Just going to give them a little turn. Doesn't matter if they've got stuff stuck to them. Definitely looking a lot thicker. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that sauce is thickened up great. So just a case of maybe having a little taste test. It just tastes hot at the moment. It's pretty good. I might just make a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of salt and pepper. And it's almost ready to go. Right, I think we're ready. I did have some leftover mash from a meal I made the other day. If I have extra mash, I tend to put it in a bag, put it in the freezer or put it in the fridge. You can of course eat this completely without and just have the lentils and, if you've got them, the dumplings. Or you can, if you don't want to do another pot and make mash, I sometimes just slice potato up over the top and cook that with the rest of it. So the proof, as they say, is in the pudding. So we're going to start to dish up some preheated mashed potato from previous day. Pop that down. Let's get this all out again. Don't like last bit. And then a couple of dumplings. A nice serving of the lentils over the top. If you've got any, you can add in extra veg. If you've got any frozen veg or anything that is hanging around at the back of the freezer or in the back of the fridge or something needs using up. And this, oh, it's delicious. No need for anything that's going to go off in there. Everything can be stored, made in one pot if you need it to be. Absolutely delicious, nutritious. It's plant-based, vegan friendly, so you don't have to worry if you are out and about and you've been on the road for days and you haven't got any fresh meat. You don't have to eat meat every meal. This is a great meal to have in the MoHo. One pot on a budget. Total cost for this meal, absolutely everything per portion, and there is about 3 portions in there. It's less than £1. Anyone can make that. Till next time, eat heartily, eat healthily, eat cheaply.